What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. A bit of an unusual time to post a video, right? Pretty late in the night for me. But hey, don't worry, I'm already asleep and this video is scheduled. The reason for it, guys, I want to help all of you guys to be able to beat floor 120, make it reliable enough, and speed farm it, right? So this is actually an account takeover. I haven't posted one on YouTube in a while, guys, but this is Cody's account. So he actually messaged me a few days ago that he's looking for a takeover. He wants to beat floor 120 on auto, speed farm it, and be reliable, right? So we came up with a pretty badass team. I'm not sure if anyone out there will be coming out with a better team than this one. The boss will never take a turn. We're gonna go on full auto, and it's pretty much 95% reliable. No team will be 100% reliable on this boss regardless, because RNG can happen, and it's pretty much like dungeons. This boss is a bit different compared to dungeons. The dungeons, regardless what you're gonna do, you're gonna make it work 100%, right? The only thing here, guys, is that if you don't have the right skills when you get at the ads, you're gonna have an issue. So that's kind of like I came in play with using a different champion that kind of doesn't really gives a damn about if he has the right skill on or it doesn't. So we actually made that champion the fastest. Now, in terms of gear, guys, it might be a bit more intensive, at least for this specific champion that we're talking about. So maybe not all of you guys will have access to it, but for whoever is fighting floor 120 hard mode, I would expect that you would be able in a way or another to do it. And if you're not able to get the same stats in terms of attack, crit damage, you can lower the stats on the rest of your champions, and like this you're going to be able to kill the champions easier, right? So we have floor 120 unlocking in probably a few hours from when I'm filming this video, guys. The main idea with all this is that you want to have a reliable team to farm it. Floor 120 is going to be the first time when we're actually going to start farming floor 120. Usually we're all kind of farming like either floor 90, either floor 100, or maybe just floor 90 all the time for all the previous bosses, because they were kind of the bosses that they were giving us the best gear sets in the entire game. So this time around we're kind of going at the very top. The speed of the boss is 250. It has around 300 accuracy and 300 resistance, more or less. I can't remember 100% sure the resistance and the accuracy. But if you're not able to do this, guys, I will have a different video dropping out today as well. Stay tuned for it. It kind of uses no legendaries whatsoever, so you're going to be able to probably get a full auto team without using any legendaries and without having like very intensive stats on your champions, right? So I'm going to show you a couple of runs. We're actually going to try it on floor 80 first, because we don't have access to 120 on his account, but I've already covered this on my own account on the test server when I created the team, because this is going to be the team that I'm going to use on my main account as well, guys, right? Final boss, hard mode, 120. This is this. Lissandra, Allure, Coldheart, Royal Guard, Hundig. The boss will not take a turn unless the bad RNG comes in play and Herding doesn't proc a Helm Smasher on one of the champions from the mirror copies. But that's about it. As long as that happens, we should be more than Gucci. And probably Royal Guard, Coldheart, Lissandra, they might be able to mess it up in terms of allowing the boss to get a turn, but that shouldn't end the fight, right? So that's still going to be a victory. How I specified, if the Hundig survives on the enemy team, that can be a bit of an issue, but then just make him a bit more squishy. Don't give him HP, don't give him defense. If you're not able to get decent stats on your champions, and like that, you're not really gonna have to worry about it whatsoever. Now, what you're gonna wanna make here, guys, on team presets, you're gonna wanna make Allure to don't use her A2 and A3. Only the A1. On the rest of the champions, you don't do nothing whatsoever, right? And that's about it pretty much. You start the run, it's gonna take around 2 minutes. Easy clap, speed farm, floor 120, and probably is the most reliable team out there. Honestly, I'll be that curious to see if somebody comes with a better team for this. It is a possibility. I'm not saying that is the ultimate best team, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of the very top teams in the entire game, right? We do have two legendary champions, which one of them was a fusion. Lissandra, she's not really replaceable by any champion just because she just brings so much. The speed aura, decreased turn meter, increased speed, increased turn meter, fully depletes turn meter. So overall, that's very, very important. You see, Hunting actually had the skills on cooldown. If he doesn't have the skill on cooldown, he's gonna go with the A1, kill Lissandra, reset the skills, get the extra turn, come in with the A3, kill the rest of the waves, and in the process, getting the turn meter down as well. And like this, the boss will never actually get a turn. It's pretty straightforward from here on. Now, I could improve the Royal Guard, I could improve Allure, I could improve Cold Heart, but that's something that I could do on my own account, right? This is Cody's account. He still has a very good gear. Like, honestly, it was a pleasure to do a takeover on his account because he actually had the gear, he had the champions, he had the resources to work with, you know? So it was actually a real pleasure to build this team on his account. It was definitely fun. So how you guys can see, we have decreased speed. That's a very important thing. That's why we want to have Royal Guard in here, right? Decreased speed is kind of like key to ensure that the boss won't be taking a turn, right? It's gonna work the same way on floor 120 with the exact same stats. These are pretty much the same stats I have on my own account in terms of speeds and accuracy. My champions, some of them might be having a bit of more attack, a bit of more crit damage, or they might be having less. I can't even remember 100%, but it's pretty straightforward, guys. From after this round, we're gonna have another one starting, just so you guys can see that it's just like back to back to back to back without having to worry. 86 turns, 1 minute and 57 seconds, full auto, right? So it's not something like I manualed just to get a better turn count or anything like that, because it is not really a point. Turn count doesn't really matter, right? A lot of times you can actually get a better turn count with a higher time. You're gonna get a higher turn count with a lower time. So it's kind of weird sometimes the way it works. But the main idea is Hunting deals tons of damage. Now on floor 120, the second wave is force, so he can get a couple of weak hits in there. It might be a bit slower just because of that, but it's still gonna be more than reliable. Those guys, they barely deal any damage, and with Lissandra in the team, they won't be taking any turns. Now, the only downside of these guys is that you're gonna have to cripple your Lissandra, right? You wanna make sure she's not tanky. She has a pretty high base HP, she has a pretty good base defense as well. So I actually don't have a ring on her, I don't have an amulet on her, and I pretty much don't think I even have a gauntlet on this one, because I wanted to make her squishy enough to ensure that Hundy can actually kill her with the A1 without having a tech up, in order to reset the skills and come to the A3. That's kind of like the whole strategy here. Hundig is gonna go first after he gets a kill, because he's gonna outpass Lissandra in terms of speed there, and that's kind of how the whole strategy works. Hunting is the key for this team to be as successful as it is, guys. So if you don't have him, unfortunately, it's not gonna be as reliable as this, but how I specified, I do have another video dropping in the next 10 hours or so, so feel free to check that out as well. We're gonna make teams with no legendaries whatsoever there, and yeah, they are fully auto as well, and pretty much very similar in terms of time, turns, more or less, but not as badass as this one, you know? I feel like this one is like the ultimate badass team. Now, let me quickly show you the stats on the champions as well, guys. How I specified before, guys, his champions kind of look similar with mine. I kind of made his champions in the image of my own champions, to say like this, right? So they're not extremely crazy in stats, but they're not lowish in stats either. Like, especially Hundig, he's pretty solid, right? He probably has the best build out of all the champions. I'm gonna start with Lissandra though. There she is. No gauntlet, no ring, no amulet. We don't want to make her too tanky. Total stats: 33k HP, 2.1k defense, 261 speed, 347 accuracy. Now we have her as leading the team. That's going to give us more speed. We're going to have increased speed, increased turn meter, deplete turn meter, decreased turn meter on the boss. So like that, the boss will never take a turn, and it's going to work the exact same way on stage 120, because the boss has only 250 speed, right? So masteries on Lissandra, guys. Defense, support 3. I have Eagle Eye. I haven't actually changed the masteries for this one, because I think he might be using her in Arena, but she's kind of that for Arena. You're not going to run a Lissandra in Arena this way, right? So unfortunately, that's kind of like the only issue. It cripples your Lissandra. So it's up to you if you want to give her up, at least for the duration of this rotation when we're farming this boss, or no. The next champion, the second fastest champion in the team, guys, it should be no one else but Hundig, right? So the masteries will actually give him more speed to pass Lissandra, and like this, he's gonna go first as soon as he kills an enemy. We have him built on a perception, an accuracy, and a speed set. I actually had to use some speed glyphs, 5-star glyphs. I think I even used a couple of 6-star glyphs in order to get him to the right amount of speed. Total stats on him, 29,000 HP, 4.2k attack, 2.2k defense, 257 speed, 103 crit rate, 254 crit damage, 321 accuracy. Now, how I specified, he is in a very solid place. He's not on Savage though, right? So I would drop this defense by 200, possibly if I could, and keep the same stats. That will definitely make it 100%. No way he'll survive regardless. But sometimes if Helm Smasher doesn't proc, that can mess you up a bit, you know? So I'm quickly going to show you the gear on this champion because I feel like this is going to be the champion that everyone's going to struggle to build out of the whole team, not the rest of them, right? This weapon right here is a beauty. God tier rolls, right? Cody, you have some nice pieces of gear, man. That's the helmet, guys. We kind of prioritize speed, crit rate on some pieces to ensure we're getting at the right place. This is the shield, a pretty decent shield as well. Crit damage gauntlet, speed, crit rate. That's the 6-star glyph that we used. It maxed as well, so that's good. Attack chest piece, a beautiful chest piece. Triple crit rate, awesome stuff there as well. And then we have speed boots, crit damage, attack, crit rate, God tier boots as well. Not the rolls, but the stats are God tier. Attack ring, we have a crit damage amulet, and we have an accuracy banner with attack substat, guys. So if I would glyph all the attack on all the gear to take it higher, again, that's gonna make it 100%, right? Like my team, this team only failed once with Hundig in, and that was because he survived with this much HP. So probably if I would have had 100 more attack, 200 more attack, that was not gonna happen, right? Master is on him, guys. We have offense and support 3. Tier 6, we actually have Helm Smasher. We have Master Hexer, Evil Eye, very important to hit that boss with the A1, or whoever we're gonna hit with the A1, decrease a bit the thermometer. Cycle of Violence, very important for the ads to decrease the cooldowns rather than bring it down, you know. So these are the masteries on him, guys. All the champions are fully booked, right? I forgot to mention that. So those are the 2 legendary champions that we are using. Now, the third fastest champion in the team, guys, it will have to be Allure, right? So the Allure I built, because he has one for the Fire Knight that I didn't want it to break, is this one. So she's on a Relentless and a speed set, right? Total stats, 31,000 HP, 4.3k attack, 252 speed, 98 crit rate, 134 crit damage, 327 accuracy. You could use an accuracy chest piece on her if you don't have attack. Use an accuracy banner. I do have crit rate gloves on her, guys, right? I didn't went full beast mode and give her crit damage gauntlets because it's really not a point. She doesn't hit too hard with the A1, and that's the only skill we're gonna use. She's only in this team to decrease the thermometer, right? That's the weapon. Speed accuracy, speed crit rate accuracy, attack chest piece, speed accuracy, speed as a main on boots, of course, substat accuracy, right? So you see, we haven't focused much crit rate from other places. We focused on speed and accuracy. That's how we were able to get her so fast on a Relentless and a speed set, right? That's the ring right here. Attack, HP with the crit damage here, and we have accuracy banner. Master is on her as well. Offense, support 3, tier 6, we have Giant Slayer, Evil Eye. This was literally Spirit Haste, kind of a waste. We didn't have what exactly to take, that's why I gave her Spirit Haste. On some champions, I do have Life Drinker, guys, because if the boss manages to take a turn, I don't want her to take my champions too low on HP and then to have 0 heal, right? So at least they can heal from masteries. Now, the next champion we have on the list is one of the Royal Guards, and I could have sworn that I put a heart on all of them. Now, I gotta find which one of them I just built. I think it's this one, yeah. He's pretty solid as well on Savage, actually. Has pretty good stats. You don't need them on Savage, guys, by the way. You don't need to use them on Savage. You're gonna see in the next video that's gonna drop in later today, guys. I have one built with different gear sets, not Savage. And total stats on this, 30,000 HP, 3.2k attack, 1.6k defense, 210 speed, full crit rate, 258 crit damage, 332 accuracy. I have a attack ring, crit damage amulet, of course, accuracy banner, but I have accuracy chess piece, because I wasn't really able to get all these stats and keep the accuracy without using an accuracy chess piece as well and having a savage set, right? If I wouldn't have to get so much accuracy, I could keep a savage set without a problem. But he has an accuracy chess piece as well, just in case if you guys were wondering. Crit damage gauntlets, speed boots, and masteries, offense and support tree. I do have sniper to increase the chance to land decrease speed as well, increase the chance to decrease turn meter. Tier 6 we have helm smasher, evil as well to decrease the turn meter if we're using the A1, and the rest kind of like masteries for his A2 to deal a bit of damage on the boss, right? And the last champion we used in this team, guys, is no one else but Coldheart. 1 accuracy set, 2 cruel sets. Total stats, 27,000 HP, 3.8k attack, 1.8k defense, 198 speed, full crit rate. Full crit rate just to help on the waves with the A1 and the A2, and on the boss as well. 236 crit damage, 300 accuracy. Now, I can tell you guys, 300 accuracy is more than enough to get on this boss. You'll be fine just there, and because we have the speed aura as well, plus the increased speed, increased turn meter, these champions at this speed are doing just fine, as long as you have the rest of them that I showed you, the first 3, faster, right? You can actually lower the speed a bit on Royal Guard as well, not a problem. Master is on her as well, offense and support tree, tier 6 helm smasher. Now this is more typical for a nuker, right? But this is it, guys. This was the team, these are the champions. Some of the builds are a bit, yeah, out of the reach for the majority of the people, but hey, this team is designed specifically for floor 120 hard mode. So this is more for you guys out there that are struggling in the very end game, at least in terms of getting a full auto team, a badass team, right? That was all for this video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and I'll see you all soon on another video. Till then, peace out.